Excellent connection. Excellent. It feels like the first time. Every time I stream, it's like the first time. Like we've opened up the door. Feels like the first time. Yeah, and I tried to schedule it early, so I'd have time to, yeah, just whatever. Anyway, let's start drawing. Oh, that shouldn't. Hilarious. Weird. Yeah, don't really understand what's going on. I do just want to start. I do just want to start drawing. Yes. This is live here, so. Yeah, don't really understand what's going on. I do just want to start. I do just want to start drawing. Yes. This is live here. Wow, it's like it just heals itself or something. Nope, this is not the. Wow, it's like it just heals itself. I gotta delete this one. Now what about this link? Okay, let's delete this one as well. Delete this one. Okay, I'm gonna turn the sound down on there. It's gonna get feedback, right? You got that wrong. Okay, I'm going to micro adjustment. Okay, I want to repost my Instagram story. Live. Okay, share. Let's try this again. Repost. Okay. Let's get back here. Alright, welcome. Welcome everybody. Wait, if I say that, will that ding me? Ding me in the algorithm? I better start drawing before I lose. Before I lose legions. Okay, so my finger on the mute button because I am not alone. My family is still awake. So. Could burst in here. Name that tune. So continuing tonight, complaining I can't listen to music while I'm streaming. And I could have it playing in the old AirPods. Did I just endorse a brand by using that term? AirPods Pro, actually. No, I'm not sponsored by anyone or anything. But that's, yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of like what I'm doing now, because I have an earworm and I just keep repeating, singing whatever passage of the song and mutating it and making it more embarrassing with each pass, you know. And that's kind of like, it's kind of like I'm listening to music. That my audience cannot hear. So I guess I might as well be doing it, right? I'm already humming bits of songs out of context, that songs that no one really, not always that. I do hum some songs that are people have heard of, are like every like fourth or fifth one. Marcus, you have returned victorious. Funded, I will say here, I did back it. I did. I think definitely, since I posted the link to your Kickstarter, and for the for like the 2 viewers I had last night. But maybe one of those viewers hit it up and put it over the edge. No, just kidding. Congratulations. That's cool. I've never done my own Kickstarter, but of course with the Ink and Drink projects, like that Irwin has had good luck on Kickstarter. It's a great feeling for the group, so you guys got to feel good. Excellent. So cheers. Speaking of Kickstarters, one Kickstarter has ended and I have work to do on it. Not a book I drew, but a book that I'm in charge of making the print file. And I thought it was done, but I don't know, kind of long story. But I should be doing that while inking this, which is impossible. So I may have to get some work done on this and then do, anyway, just scheduling pressures and a little uncertainty. But tonight I need to make this, get as much done as I can before I fall asleep. Marcus is planning on launching a full issue 1 at the end of the year or the start of the year. Very cool. And the name, let's see if I got it. The name of it is Beehive. Something Hero Beehive. Okay. Champion Hero Beehive. Okay. That was cool. Cool. Well, saw a lot of those pages. Is it going to be? Is your issue 1? I should know this, but and I may have asked you. Is that I've seen the physical page artwork. Are you coloring it? Is it going to be colored? Are you coloring it? Do you have someone else coloring it? And lettering too, I'm wondering. I probably asked you this already. I apologize. Okay, will it be in color? Will it be in color, and who's lettering it? Because I'll boil it down to those straight ahead questions. Cool, someone gotta color it. I've done pretty much all the stuff I do is the only color sequential art stuff I've had come out in print is my pages in Sewer Boys 2. And I color the covers of Paul Scherrar's comics, but I don't think I'm that great of a colorist. I don't think I'm good enough to color a whole issue or offer to color someone else's full issue. I'll color it for beer. Oh, I'll color you. Okay, so our pal said he'll color it for beer. For beer, singular beer. Oh, speaking of color, well, okay. Well, I'm talking about. I guess I'm talking about sequential work, like sequential comic book pages in color, published or in print. Published can be, and then the cover. A lot of covers for Paul Scherrar. So I'm capable, but might think my color theory is that hot. Or picking colors, or just my color instinct for rendering in color and all that. I do know for my art, I know for my art I don't like really like modern coloring, and I mean definitely yet digital. Yes, digital color. I would only want my artwork. I would only color digitally. I'm saying modern. I'm saying this all wrong. Never mind. Let me gather my thoughts. I'm not an anti-digital color guy at all, but the way most mainstream comics are colored now, I'm not really that into, but I would. But then the way. Okay, I don't want to draw like. like Michael Cho and Bruce Timm and Darwin Cook. Although I love their arts, definitely stuff I look at. And I just bought this book here. Um, so very retro. Um, yeah, Javier. Yeah, he's in there of these artists. So those guys, you want to color it. I mean, well, like Love and Rockets. I still Love and Rockets, mainly the Jaime stuff. But always insisted that their covers be flat color, and in the '90s, our company, that's how we did them. We just flat colored them, no kind of airbrushy, no. But later years when I came back to doing comics, I'm like, I don't want to do flat color. I don't want to airbrush the shit out of everything, but I need a little. I haven't really gotten any good at having the texture in the color, but just start out with flat color, but I still wanted a little bit of gradient, a little bit of. I'm not that good at it because I don't do it on a regular basis, but so the way this book is colored, and the way people would color like Darwin Cook's stuff, and then yeah, Javier Rodriguez uh, stuff like that's how I want mine colored. I'm cool with the color holds and just not a lot of excess rendering. I mean, this actually has more rendering than I would put in mine, but just I think with that champion hero beehive, I see to get that honey looking, just shiny, sticky, you know, that that I would think needs probably needs the like the what I call the modern approach, a more airbrushy approach. Um, so some things it's necessary, Yeah, I bought a bunch of those. Yeah, so he won an Eisner for that Zatanna run, and I bought a bunch of those. Flip through them a little bit. I have stacks of comics here, and I think one day I'm just gonna sit here with a cup of coffee and just read a bunch of comics. But it's like if I try to make time to sit down and read, I just keep buying effing books and comics, and then keep thinking I'm gonna sit here with a cup of coffee and just with the stack of comics and just sit down and actually read them and get through them. And I'll read like a couple pages and then fall asleep, even though I'm drinking coffee. So it's weird, dude. It's a problem I have. Oh, I'm streaming.
Ammo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me mute this. Yeah, definitely not I don't think I'll ever be doing that. The ADD meds. Can I get docked for saying Adderall on my feedback? No, I know it's very trendy for a lot of not just not just college kids cramming for finals, but I'm definitely not doing. I'm pretty anti-amphetamine. I know it's different than just crystal meth, which is definitely very, very anti. But I say I've known some people who have done it. I know one person. I didn't get to confirm. How do I say this? In hindsight, I realized, oh, that's because I was like, there's something. All the person's friends were like, dude, he's acting weird lately. Like something's up. And I'm like, well, I know he's not tweaking. Like, or he would be like it would be way more. It's like it's some kind of, he's doing something, but maybe it's some legal thing. And then later I was like, oh yeah, everyone's doing this Adderall. And I think you can get it prescribed for, you know. I do not think it's good for you, and yeah, the companies that make it always want to get doctors to prescribe it with as little, with as little red tape as possible. And I'm not saying it killed this person, but didn't help. So, medical meth, yeah. That said, I I take 2 naps a day. I'm 55. Uh, I'm exhausted a lot of the time. I think I have a gut thing going on that contributes to that. So yeah, it would be very appealing to do such a wonder thing and like go nuts. But I got a family. I can't be acting like that friend of mine. I can't be acting the way he was, because it will. I mean, it's not meth scary, but it is like what's going on with. It would be what the hell's going on with Daddy. And it would cause a lot of insecurity with my fam, dude. Don't need more of that stuff. I'm not using an ellipse guide for this thing here. Oh no, I don't even know what to know what that is. You need TRT. TRT. Turd, turd, turd rehabilitation therapy. Okay. Okay. Nope. All right. Think about it. I'll think about it. I better look. All right. Here's the Here's the well-drawn device. Ground probe. Do you like my high-tech designs? Yeah. This is a real mix of, as far as this would be in the future, like we really wouldn't have all this crap. Like he's got this lunchbox tape recorder looking thing, but then he's got a little freaking iPad. Oh, TRT, yeah. I don't want to, yeah, I can't get into that either. I think that's a one-way street. Um, yeah. When I say I'm just thinking of some stories from high school, and I, I wasn't friends with the. I knew some jocks, some football jocks, but I was friends with some like B team, like kind of B team football players. They were like nerds, but kind of big dudes, and but then they knew the cool, star football players. But yeah, yeah, I'm just thinking of the stories they told about that guy doing roids. You know, is that what Ramita Jr. does? I know Rogan does it. Oh my God, I mentioned Joe Rogan. Will that get me knocked down on the YouTube algorithm? Such a. Yeah. Anyway, I don't worship at the altar of Joe Rogan, but I don't think a lot of people do. People just want to hear long form conversations about fun stuff. And if it's not, you don't have to listen to everyone. But one can listen to that show and not get a freaking tattoo of his face. Believe it or not, people. Anyway, yeah, I feel like getting into the replacement therapy. Once you do, I think that my nuts are gonna shrivel up. Oh yeah, see, I don't really watch the shows with where they talk. When he has another comedian on there, it's like, oh, the store, Mitzi. Oh yeah, I remember the big room, the small room, Mitzi. I'm like, it's like, anyway. But there's definitely shows that are. I listen to it if there's an interesting guest. I don't have a hang up like, oh, like some people are, oh, he's far. Someone said he's far right. I'm like, the far right is the freaking Klan and supremacists, all that. Like, bro, no, no. don't don't let the real don't let the real Nazis get away with their shit with such a light description. Anyway, um, Ramita Jr. He's always been in good shape. Like those, I see those old videos of him. He's like, just drink my water here, get my workout in, and yada yada. But it seemed like seeing that. I don't know. Remember when I would see that he wasn't old enough for TRT. I don't think. But I can see that. I think he's pretty conservative, but he's very. He just seems very. And I'm not really a fan of his art, but I think he did some cooler stuff when he was younger. But he just seems really positive and upbeat, and grateful to be doing what he's doing. So I don't know. I like him for that. Yeah, it's just weird that people think anyone who listens to that podcast is like far right and hangs on every. I guess there are people who take his advice on every single thing, but because they do. Sorry, I gotta mute here. I got situation in the next room here. I'm gonna mute for a little bit and keep drawing. I shouldn't be talking about anything political anyway. I should shut up and draw, right? It's you, our pal, set me on that path somehow. Just kidding. All right, just my kids going crazy in the other room and with no filter. I need to mute. So I'm gonna mute and draw for a little bit. All right. Oops, I was supposed to have this here. That's what I'm supposed to put on when I'm away. What about? Jesus. What about Obama? I'm not talking about Obama. Obama. On me live stream. I just may have to mute my. We're having a behavioral issue here. So I'm going to mute for a minute and just drop. I said dude, I said some profound ass shit. Stuff. Stuff. I said some things. While I was muted, I don't remember what I said, but it was like profound. Okay, so are you southeast spring again? No, I don't know what that means. Am I self-suppressing again? And I said, Sir Irwin Apapa has entered the arena. I said, Irwin, you're my number 3 fan. There's a crown with the number 3. Do you guys see the little crown with the my number 3 fan? Shut up and draw. I do. Yeah, I needed to mute it because my son is. I know you want to hear, Erwin. I know you want to hear my son's crazy, filterless ranting, whatever he's doing there. But no. Who is number 1? If you can recognize, if you could name that quote, who is number 1? You definitely get a no prize. I will print up no prizes for real. He's quieted down there, so I'm off mute for the time being. Who's number 1? It's Marcus, dude. Marcus Georgiou. Marcus Georgiou, who's William Riker? Are you combining Bill Shatner and are you combining two Star Trek characters? William Riker, Bill Shatner, and isn't it Riker a? See, I don't get any reference. I just miss each reference. And by the time I get it, oh wait, it's not funny anymore because I had to have it explained to me. So I ruined comedy. Mark, number 1 fan in the legions of. It doesn't say fan, so it crown. So you have to say crown emoji. Number 1 is Marcus Georgiou, and his Kickstarter launched today and was funded in a day. Pretty cool. He did a split. Yes. Day 1. I did back it. Say it right here. The 3 Kings. Oh. You guys are like the 3 Kings, the wise men. Can I be your baby Jesus? All right. I used to draw, and then all the legions of fans. Just kidding. All right, so I do already have a ruler. For this. Okay, so all right. Go back to the drawing. Now this guy's running, so I want all this motion It's like, okay, so here I'll just add some motion. So I want, what the Christ? No, okay. Went back too far. Okay. So he's running. I want all this. Oh, wait, and then went back too far again. Okay, so let me. Jesus Christ. Show rulers. Show in all layers. Thank you. We're back. Okay, are we back? Okay. All right. And then no, of course I'm drawing it on there. Okay, so I want motion lines. It's like this thing's chasing him, so he's going. It's like everything's should be going this way. Chasing the clouds home. Oh, name that song. You definitely get a no prize. Chasing the clouds home. I'll send a #1 crown and a no prize if you can guess that one. Okay, so the motion is all this way, but the way I penciled it, the motion lines are the the motion of the limbs themselves. So I don't know. I'm just do I have to like go back and read uh, Berserk? Because I still don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, time. Okay, so why digital ink and not traditional ink? Yeah, sometimes I'll do the blue line thing, but this is just too integrated with the. I want to be able to move and readjust the lettering and stuff with it and go back and forth um, with the lettering and the tones and all that. And I just want this. I'm not. I want more control and editability and all that, because a lot of these ambiguous areas that are serve as like panel borders, I'm not real confident about, and I want to be able to just do and redo and change and adjust them. So yeah, and I just want to work at the 600 DPI at the printing size, and yeah, I just does that explain it well enough? Because I want to. Because I want to. Because it's my prerogative. Oh, wait, let me go back. Tracing. Learn tool manga. Yeah, well, this app I'm drawing in used to be called Manga Studio.
I'm not in the background.
Don't. I'm gonna say something. They can hear you. Try it. Well, look at what I did. I aimed. I made. It used to be right. My camera used to be right here. Now it's kind of aiming this way. Well, look behind me. Here. Don't be. Don't. Keep all body parts out of the ellipse zone. All right.
Am I off?
What's that? Yeah. That's why look, how I made this capsule.
So
Privacy capsule. And I grew this beard to fill out more of it. So there's less. There's more. There's less. There's not. I mean, I tried. It was effort. You don't appreciate the effort.
I said, that's so thoughtful.
It's so thoughtful. Okay, so motion lines. This hipposaurus is chasing him, or so we believe, through the dirt, and I have this kicking up a cloud of dust. It's going to be horrible. It's not going to be, you know. Yes, I should break out a Mobius, some kind of Mobius. I know there's some Mobius shot just like that with someone running and kicking up a perfectly the most simple poetic cloud of dust that, you know, but I'm also stuck in the old. I haven't broken is the old mindset that I should know how to just draw that, or it should be, I shouldn't look at another artist's thing to because I should be able to generate it completely from my own brain, which is wrong, but. Hello. Text message from Mark, not Marcus, from Mark O. My phone has trouble recognizing my face these days. Oh! Alright, so the real art is going on here. Marco, my friend Marco is in town. There's no way you're going to be able to see this. He's having a drawings session. So my friend Marco grew up next door to Paul Sherrar in the beautiful neighborhood of Palos Verdes. And Paul was always drawing, so Marco was his next door neighbor, and he would come over and draw and go, but he would call them drawlings. Let's draw. Because Paul was of their friends, really good artist, and Marco couldn't draw at all, so he would draw these effed up, simple, like primitive, childish drawings of effed up characters, and then you name them. And so now the tradition carries on. So he might be there with Paul Sherrar at their parents' house doing drawings. But anyway, so what do I do here? This guy's running. So the manga style motion lines that blur the edge of the whatever, figure. It's like, okay, these arms are. So those motion lines should be here at the. You can see my little cursor, right? No. That one shows it. In the motion that they're going, but does that counteract the main left to right motion? I don't know. And having them both These are the weird, subtle decisions you have to make. But I don't. I'll look at reference like I'll look at my hand or take pictures or I'll even set up these little figure models um, to get these poses. But I don't. Do I stop? Do I stop drawing and look at another artist's stuff? So see, well, how they have done it? I should. Do I not? Is there something that prevents me from doing that, or is it laziness? Because I'll know I'll go on like Hoopla and try to download something, and then it's like 3 hours later, and I need to go to bed. I haven't found what I'm looking for. Yeah, I could stop right now and go on Hoopla and download like any whatever volume of Berserk. Start with issue and look if there is such a thing where a guy's running and his limbs are moving, and how he did. Kentaro Miura did the motion lines, but some it just wastes so much time not drawing, not committing a line to the page. That I don't know, that maybe I'll see that and go, oh, I've been doing all this wrong. It's just neurotic. I'm just fucking effing neurotic about everything. But I will say, okay, but back up here. So wait, who's Toriyama? I should know that. This dinosaur definitely didn't get from any Japanese artist or any artist. I did ask my son. I said, though, the script has this dinosaur. I don't know what he's called. What does he call him? He goes, "Oh, Rockjaw." So the guy refers to this thing as Rockjaws, and he was described as just a dinosaur, and it chases him. So I'm going to say it's more like a T-Rex than a Brontosaurus or something. So. And my son was getting into all these the weirdest dinosaurs, discovering them online. And he's like, oh, Rockjaw, if he crushes things, he should be more like a hippopotamus than a dinosaur. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's why it's got a hippo-inspired mouth, and then there's some kind of weird alien cheek, these weird grinding teeth things in the cheeks. I don't know. Not the coolest design ever. Not the best symmetry in these nostrils. I should change this. I should fix this. But oh well, I like it. Shite. I want to move this ruler to another layer. Just not sure. Okay. All right. This, this these nostrils are freaking weird, dude. Kind of F this up. That's kind of weird. That's supposed to be. I'm not even gonna look at that again. I'm never looking at that again. Okay. Alright, our pal. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go for a bit of a piss. Oh, please, Lee. You don't do it. You wanna go through the hunter center? And look, my cat's butthole. Alright, I'm gonna BRB, as they say. BRB, TRT. Oops, BRB and TRT. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Alright, this is my Beat Right Back image is used without permission, drawn by Cutter Hayes, San Diego's own Cutter Hayes, used without permission. Hi. Hi there. Alright, I looked at a couple things. And I think it does need to have downplay, so I just need to downplay, excuse me, downplay those lines. confused you.
Fireworks! There's fireworks out there. I wonder who won. Yankees? Wait, I wouldn't know that.
Radical abrasive.
Is in life out there?
Poo 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 doo. Buffering, buffering, buffering. It is buffering. Why must you continue buffering? Oh. Oh.
Hmm?
Do you know what? Do you realize what he painted? What this is?
No.
It's part of the. I'll show this. My son doesn't do much art, but they're both were in art class in summer school, and he painted this. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I found out what it is. He likes analog horror. There's this kind of, I don't know. They're just he won't generally watch just a straight good horror movie, but there's this online horror. It's creepy pastas and cursed images and analog horror and all that, and that's he tried to recreate some painting of some cursed image of a kid, but then I heard the backstory of it, and it's too horrific to say on here. But I do like that he did a paint. He did a little paint. All right, I'm gonna turn back on this. All right, I think that's. Yeah, look, I'm not that good, right? I'm not that good. I think the overall thing is going to be great. It's going to be a great part of this newspaper, I believe. But you want to start nitpicking things in it, you're going to find things that suck. Believe me, I'm not. Having confidence in it is not. What's an effort? Just an effort. I am hesitating on inking this spacecraft with this overlapping ladder and lattice work. We'll call it lattice work. turn this off. Oh, there's life out there. I love it. Okay. Stretch Armstrong. Hey, Erwin, when I went to Pulp Fiction today, do you need I can drop off the books at Pulp Fiction if you need help with that. Know what I'm saying? I'd rather you do it though, because of the reason being, like if I bring them there and and Ryan's there, it's all good. But if it's certain employee is there as the only employee there, and it's me, it's always like, I don't know about that. I don't think you're gonna have to talk to Ryan about that. I don't think he wants that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Take that how you know, whatever. But no, I know he ordered some. If you I want to see him in the store, and I'm willing to pick him up and drive him to the store if that is a not trying to overstep, just offering, because I would love to see all those books back on the local shelf. I have no confidence with these lines that I'm making right now. They're not practiced. I don't really have a method. Improvising. Hence the digital. So I can go back later and change them. Fix them. Improve them. Perfect. Perfect, because he's, closer. But we all want the same thing as far as the books go. I did sell one right away. I got 2 people saying, "Hey, I want one," and one of them I shipped out right away, and one of them said, "Hey, hey Bob, I want one," and then I gave him the info, and he put me on ice. Hey man, I thought you were gonna buy a book, bro. So I just think it's something I said, like, oh, was the price too steep? And I'm not adding. I'm keeping kind of the old price. I don't know, that guy, how long do I go, hey, you still interested in this, or do I just kind of have to blow, I think I just kind of have to blow it off. Hey man, you thought you were gonna buy one of these? I don't know how to handle any of this human interaction stuff. Hey man, you got me all wet thinking you're gonna buy my books. Why? Why are you such a tease, dude? Yeah, I cracked myself up. I feel like this is going way slower than when I decided to live stream the Sewer Boys 2 pages again. I feel like I blaze through it. Not this. God, it still feels. Page still feels empty. Still feels empty. One good thing is I got my day job. I was working like 10-hour days. It get really burnt, and, but I knocked out a bunch of ores, and then they came up with these new automated processes. I work for a printing company, and they keep buying. They keep acquiring. They keep buying and absorbing other print companies around the country. But then they also keep up with the technology of the new printing machines and this and that, and they'll keep trying to automate things until they have less humans. But I've survived. When they bought the company, they only kept 2 employees, and that was one of them. So hope to remain a value there. Anyway, they absorb a company, and then I have a whole bunch of work, but then they have a easier way of doing a certain thing that other employees are able to do, so that a lot of that work got knocked down. So now I'm kind of normal workload right now. Yeah, Marcus. Well, you hate your day job, but you, you find ways to make it useful. Like some of your some of your videos and posts are about you know about that job, or they're funny, dude. Oh, I went around the time when I saw you started posting those videos and stuff and stories from your day job. Someone else, someone else posted a video of these young dudes who are like, they're like, yo, I'm here with Lil something. Like they all had names, like yeah, we're like they're notorious gangsta kids or something. And, and they're like, all right, we're going to hot box in Walmart. They're like, they're buying their whatever energy drinks and their whatever rolling papers or whatever is a paraphernalia. And they go in the middle of Walmart and it's like a row of like paper towel, gigantic paper towel packages or something. And they pull some aside and then they go behind the paper towels and then it's almost they box themselves in like a like a kid making a fort in the middle of Walmart, and then they just start smoking the herb in the middle of Walmart, boxed in by a bunch of paper. like just to have the time to be that bored, to have that kind of spare time. No, it's so yeah. I wondered. I saw that at the same time I discovered your videos of like life at behind the scenes of Walmart kind of. So I wonder if you ever stumble upon anybody, dudes like hotboxing in the hotboxing in the middle of making bear hiding behind stuff in the shelves in Walmart, and just smoking in there. It's just to have that kind of time. I mean, boredom, drives the creativity. My older son has a big problem being bored. And I'm like, and it makes him very frustrated. Frustration turns to anger, and anger turns to. I don't know how to. He doesn't listen to anything. I try to teach him anyway, but that boredom is. It's okay to be bored, and that's where creativity comes from, isn't it? You find things to do, you create things to do. Oh man, I haven't been to Walmart in a while. My closest one is in Gardena, the Gardena one. Wasn't there a channel like the People of Walmart, and they would just film? Um, I'm just picturing the most obese people in the least amount of clothing. I don't think it was a TikTok. I think it was pre-TikTok. I would see that. I don't even know if it was an account that I followed or we just stumbled upon the People of Walmart. But I think they all seem to be like a Walmart in the just middle of the country. Oh yeah, I see it all. Oh, see. So day jobs you hate. What kind? Let's see. I'm gonna. Before I got into printing jobs in the printing area, like printing or graphic design or whatever. My first job was probably oh, that's great. That's fun. You draw the managers and other workers that annoy you. That's fun. Yeah, you gotta time the release of the zine accordingly. My first work was working for my stepdad. He was a contractor, so doing construction work in the summertime. So I lived in Texas, Gulf Coast, Texas, so tropical heat, Texas. Re-roofing houses in the summertime in Texas. So that means stripping off the old roof, the house in Texas in the summertime. It was pretty brutal. Had a great tan though. It was very a beautiful golden brown skin. With that, then I got some of my long-haired buddies to help out, and they were all shitty workers. They were painting. They'd drop us off, and we were supposed to paint the interior of a house, and then we ended up with just completely covered in white paint. Me and my couple Hesher brothers. I wasn't really a Hessian. I was like a
No.
prog rocker. But my buddies were kind of metal.
Ow.
You'd be painting, and you turn around, and he throws this wet paint rag right in my face. He's like, "Take this, nerd!" And by the end of the day, we're just completely covered in paint, just from attacking each other. Then I worked at Classic Car Wash. That was one of those car washes where you're running around, you're vacuuming out a car real quick, and then another guy drives it onto the. What? No, no, nope, not me. Mommy, do.
No.
That's how I speak to them. Speak to dogs. Dogs understand. Classic Car Wash. And then the guy fired me. Like, how young was this manager at the time? I remember him firing me and then realizing, oh wait, his older brother works in our car detailer department, and they're all friends. And like, he had to hire me back right away. I'm like, and they called him the Noid. They said, avoid the Noid. Because he was a manager and he tried to be a hard ass on people, but it was something about him that no one didn't respect it, but he had that position. And I think avoid the Noid, what that meant is, oh, is the boss gone? Okay, now we're gonna smoke a joint. Not me, but these certain group of older guys, employees, like, avoid the Noid. That just meant avoid the Noid was the, if you're old enough, that was the Domino's Pizza villain. They had some stupid character in their commercials. What did the Noid do? Make pizza cold or something? I don't know what the hell. But they referred to him, this manager, what was his name, Rob, as the Noid. Avoid the Noid. And I think that just meant, like, keep a lookout for the manager when he comes back, because they would just be smoking joints and detailing cars in the back of the place. That was a high school summer job. When I moved to California when I was 18, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I worked one full year at Taco Bell, 1988 to 89. And, yeah, dude. See, that could have been the worst job ever, but it ended up being, like, it sucked, but it got to this point where it was freaking fun and hilarious, and I'm laughing all day, like, because eventually it was a crew guy. Yeah, it's a long story, but there was an old dude, can't remember his name. But he would talk in the double dizach. And he was old as hell. Like, I mean, he just seems so super old. He was funny, but he would go like, "Need some more chizzies?" I was like, what the? And at the time, I was like, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Chizzy, I need some chizzies back up. And everything had the Z added to it. And what the? And it was annoying and all that. But eventually, every day we're coming in there, and then eventually that guy left. He was gone one day. And then all of us younger guys, I mean, I was like, I think it was like, just no more than two white dude employees, like two white employees, of like no more than that, or like, it was like a rule. It wasn't a rule, but just to get the picture. And when that guy left, everybody else just started doing that, talking that, which later I learned it was called the double Dutch or double Dutch. And we all talked like that to each other, and then it became like so the last few months of me working there was like I would show up to work, and all the employees would be like, Bizarre! Bizarre on the job! Like it was, everyone was, adding those extra Z's syllables to the thing. And we're just cracking up all day. It just became like the poopiest job, but we're laughing all day long. Just so, many ways, in many ways, the best job I ever had. So through all that, so when you hear me add the Z in there, I don't care if you think it's douchey of me or if there's some kind of appropriation kind of thing. I don't care. It was part of my big part of my life and daily enjoyment and transition of my old life in Texas to my Long Beach life. So I don't care. I'll keep doing it. Gonna keep doing it. So when you hear me say that, add the Z there. That's the story. That's why. And the funnest thing is finding a name of someone. They're like, there's no way you can adapt this name. There's not enough syllables in this name to adapt it to the. We didn't say double. I'm gonna say double Z. We didn't say double Z. We didn't call it anything. We just. So. And they hired an older Asian mom, just a real kind of shy, sweet lady. I want to say old, not really old, but to us then older, like a mom. And her name was Oi. And it's like, how the hell are you gonna say Oi? And it's like she walks in, and everyone's like, Izoi! Izoi! And she's like, you found a way to say Oi. It was just, we were busting up, too. But just great characters at that job that had me laughing all day. So, yeah, I made a lot of characters during that time. the funny thing is, I don't know if Irwin's still watching, but yeah, that Taco Bell. So many years later, Irwin, I think the Taco Bell I worked at is where I think you. I think across the street from there is the donut shop that you were talking about sculpting in. I don't know. I'm sure it was not at the same time. This was November '88 to November '89. Okay, I gotta take a break here. 10 years. Cheers. Yeah, there's ways to make these horrible jobs fun. It's a secret. It's a art. It's an art. I think maybe it's an art form you can't really teach. I don't know. Then I think of these. Well, there's some extreme cases of these guys who are like, I was in a concentration camp and I found a way to have a meaningful life while being on, like the human. I don't know, man. The human mind, the human spirit. But yeah, hey, I'm glad you got a job, and if you've been there 10 years, it means you're doing good. They didn't fire you, they didn't lay you off, and you're doing some great artwork on the side. So things could be a lot worse, man.
They could be a whole lot better, though.
Things could be worse.
But they could be better.
All right, guys, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna stop by 1 a.m. though. Okay. And I need to draw more than talk. I'm getting nostalgic about Taco Bell. Be right back. Are we rolling? Oh, are we rolling? Are we no, that's 12:14. And I actually had a beverage left and snacks. Gonna be a rough morning tomorrow. Alright, not sure who's still watching, but we'll carry on here. So, don't need to show those pencils. Get rid of these pencils. Yeah, I should have more done. Yeah. My working hours, and I don't have the efficiency locked in. But I did read the book, the War of Art, and my memory of it, I do agree with all the concept, the resistance, and the resistance is all the things, real or imaginary, all the excuses, all the mental blockage and all that. And I do believe that, going pro, you have a job, you make damn sure you're there on time, you make damn sure when you're there, you're working, why can't you apply that to your art? Because you have to imagine it. You have to imagine, oh shit, I'm gonna get fired if I don't keep the markings, keep making markings on this page. They don't see my cursor moving. Same with books by ex-Navy SEAL Jocko Willink. He's like, yeah, there's no hack, so that you just have to do it. Whatever the thing is, there's no hack, there's no shortcut. It's just making yourself do it, whatever the thing is. And it applies to this. But let's look at our pencils here. Okay, so it's like I have all these lines here behind it, but I don't really have the technique down. This is all from my mind and like what maybe someone else did. I'm not looking at any other artists or copying, although I should. There's plenty of Mobius or one of those Spanish artists that do the westerns. There's got to be some horse riding through the desert and a big cloud kicking up dust behind him. And the way it's drawn. But I'm trying to come up with it without looking at what someone else did, for better or worse. I don't think it's smart. But I have weird neurotic resistances to doing things that make sense. And I know obviously from top left, top right is fine. And then you would go down to this dinosaur creature's face. But I know a lot of people might go from this dinosaur's face to it switching the profile and running after the guy, rather than seeing this as one panel where you look below the dinosaur and see the guy saying, oh, because he's saying he's checking the atmosphere and all the soil and all that to see if he has the elements to he can refuel his craft with. And he saw potassium, iron, magnesium. Now I just need to find a water source. Can't live without H2. Can't live without H2. And you go down to this panel. Can I select it here with a marquee? Will that help? Okay, so okay. All right, now you see that's basically what this panel is. If you can see that selection more. It's like this thing is totally overtaking him. So can't live without H2. Oh. These eyes do. These eyes are gonna earn me an Eisner, dude. Yeah, baby. Yeah, yeah, baby. And then the next panel is this. Here, we'll select it. This is supposed to be a panel. Oops. Take out the splooge. Take out the splooge. Just gonna splooge. I probably can't even see that. Okay, basically like that. Yeah. Okay. Decent. Just run after. And then this is the next panel here. He's diving in what should be very shallow water. He's just running to the edge of the beach water and diving. And it's not that deep. I think it should be more of a belly flop thing, but I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it at this point. But what I'm saying is panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, the transition from panel 2 to panel 3 I think is going to be a stretch for some people. And hopefully, I don't think people are going to get it the first time around. And if that's a failure on my part. But I think if they look at it, they're going to go, oh, okay, it's just going to be, okay, I get it. Okay, all right. This is going to be a stumbling thing, unfortunately. I'm sure someone would come up with a better way. Well, all right. How about this? Supposedly one person watching. If it's still, maybe it's still Marcus. I'm not sure, but do you know of a comic or manga that has? Oh, actually, let's say a comic or manga with someone running through a desert or riding a horse through a desert, a long horizontal shot of where there's a the cloud of dust kicked up and or someone riding a dune buggy through and then I'm like, I hesitate because I have steel ball run, and this manga is actually about Steel Ball Run is like Cannonball Run, like Burt Reynolds, the Burt Reynolds movie, Cannonball Run. That's Steel Ball Run, but it is about a horse or a race, mostly on horseback, across not the desert, across North America. What was across the United States? I don't know the timeline history, if it was called the United States at this time or not. It's like a faux historical. Okay, but yeah, this is all people on horseback riding. Then one dude running. But this is so Iraqi style is so crazy and glam and I'm imagining more like a Mobius, like Mobius doing a western or something. Because I mean, yeah, this does have. I know I have a dinosaur chasing a dude, but a horse running across the desert would definitely be the right reference. But this Iraqi, his artwork is so stylized and glam. If I start looking at this, I'm like, whoa, this is a whole other world of hurt. Doesn't quite have it. Do I love JoJo's, dude? I love it. I know some. I don't think I can use this as a simple reference for. And I wouldn't know where to start with Mobius. But I know I've seen some weird Mobius stuff where people are going through a vast desert, Is there anybody? All right, who's still up at 12:30? Does it look like I drew anything tonight? I mean, I guess I did this tonight. Well, I think I could fill in these silhouettes, right? Would this make me feel satisfied at the end of the night if I inked in these silhouettes here? What do you do? Are you doing? Last night you were, Mr. Papa. Last night you were doing a ghost man thumbnailing. I would think that you would be on to the next phase by now. I know you have a better, much more productive pace and rate than I'm operating at. Anyway, what are you working on? Anything? I understand. I know this is going back a ways here, but I understand when you're saying commission prison or what, like I don't get commission. What the fuck just what the heck just happened? I get the concept. I don't really get commissions, but I mean the neurotic humanity is like I'm working on this and it's effing work, man. So I'm doing other projects. It's like, man, I wanna do some sequential interior page type stuff, man. I wanna get back into that. And now I'm doing it, and you're like, ugh. God, I can't wait to be done with this so I can build, um, build a Gundam model or something. Just fucking build a couple of these Gundam, and then you're building building a Gundam model, and it's like, this is so tedious getting this lining right now. I mean, not really, but I do feel that. I guess if you have you get to pivot between a few different project types that keeps you going. So I guess if you have if I had to do two things like this in a row, I'd be like, oh, I'm in panel prison. Yeah, I'm panel prison. But it's just me being a human bitch. Oh no, I'm off the algorithm now because I used a B word. But yeah, it's just the human nature. prism. Or panel prism, you know, like Superman when they put him in a prism and they're like, yeah. Yeah. But I didn't. Okay, so you finished the thumbnails. Good. You were hired for one of two stickers. What are those stickers? Okay, the thumbnails were Ghost Man story. What happened? I guess my OBS dipped out. Okay. Alright, anyway. Stickers you were hired. Yeah, what is that separate from the Ghost Man? You were hired for. You wouldn't be hired for the Ghost Man thing, right? Yeah, it said OBS disconnected, and then it said OBS reconnected. So, but what are the stickers? I don't know what the stickers are. You were hired for. It's different. It's gotta not be. It's probably not connected to Ghostman, right? If you say you were hired, say you were hired for a Ghostman. Okay. All right. Oh, you keep your secrets. Keep it vague. Non-disclosure. I have an NDA. I have an NDA, you know. I like how you stuck a freaking Bart. The Sewer Boys 2 book for me still stuck a Bart. The E.T. parts. Stupid. Yeah. Yeah, in my fantasy in my brain, it's an ongoing joke. Uh-oh. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Oh no! Look how long it takes to recover from this. Oh, we shan't recover easily. Oh, no. We shan't recover easily from this fill. From this paint bucket fill. Oh. Oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, you thought that was going to fill in? You thought you could just hit fill, huh? Think it's that easy, huh? You could just take shortcuts, huh? Think you should just take shortcuts, eh? Huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now this is an extreme. Like I did think about. Like really should have gone. Like used more variety in line and stroke, line weight. Variety in, but also in spotting, spotting. Come on. Sorry, on my draw. God damn it. On my tablet PC, I'm drawing my Wacom Cintiq companion, where I'm drawing in Clip Studio Paint, and I'm casting it to my desktop PC via OBS. Anyway, some kind of weird notification pop-up windows I couldn't get rid of them. Alright. These silhouettes. Can you hear that? That's my wife snoring. Lucky there's only one concurrent viewer who doesn't give a shit. I should wrap this up pretty soon. Oh, fish. Oh. Can you hear it, Erwin? For real? I think it's hot. Alright. Dude. The boss. Busted. The boss is here. Seeing how far behind I am. I really thought this phase of it would go a lot faster, but I'm just keep chipping away at it, and the time. Honestly, I was talking about my These are your page. These are your pages. They're not done. Okay, you want me to back out here? Page one is done, which you've seen too many times. Sick of seeing, I'm sure. But this is page two. Chipping away with it. I'm gonna do these silhouettes and all of this, and I'm gonna have to, because I do still have to get up at 6:30 a.m. Yes, and Philip did send me a DM and like, how you doing on these pages? So believe me, the pressure is. Um, I was mentioning something about the day job today. So lucky I have. I was swamped doing 10-hour days on the day job. I do work at home, and it's still, 8, 9, 10 hours. But we worked through the things that were the things that I needed to do that were. Oh, this is gonna fill the whole thing. Oh my, this is a whole. I'm gonna close up this gap. This is not gonna be. Here, I'm just gonna do this just to close up this gap. Okay. Today, because I got through this rough patch at work, and they introduced some new time-saving automation, and this or that with some processes, even though they had acquired 2 new companies, which means more work. It's kind of, I got some good overtime, and now it's kind of dialed in to where I did have I did have I was able to work on some of this during the day, so that's the dream. For to have things be slow in the daytime where I can chip away at some of this in the day and then in the evening. So okay, so if anyone else was watching or watches this later, in the chat I got. So this thing I'm doing right now, I have the project, the editor, the big boss of the project I'm working on in the chat, and I'm way overdue on this thing. So if you wonder what the hell I'm talking about, that's what's going on right now. So try to show as much as this I can. Well, to Jason while you're here. Here's the top. So panel 1 is done. Panel 2, I gotta really draw this spaceship, which requires some geometry and some yeah, some geometry and some exact kind of. And here, where these clouds build up and dissipate, and into background during this motion of this runner, and then below that into some kind of panel border separation. Got that. Got to draw this guy diving in and then simulate some kind of water displacement, and also show that it's near a shore. There's a slight gentle tide moving to the left, plus him diving in, even though it's shallow water. Anyway, this will be fun. This lower left will be fun to ink. Him throwing the fish into the guy's mouth. This middle will be a little bit of a challenge. Separating the foreground protagonist all coming out of the water all wet, and then yeah, of course I gotta fit a little booty in there. I guess that's my thing. I gotta draw bootylicious women in my ink and drink. Anyway, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep chipping away at it each night, and hopefully can keep a grip on my day jobs where I can do a little bit of it in the day. Shh, don't snitch. Don't snitch, Erwin. Yeah, I know he's... Cheers, dude. Pinky's up. Give the people what they, give the people what they want. What do people want, huh? What's the number one thing, huh? A good pie. Can't find a good pie around here anyway. And some booty cheeks. Okay, that's what the people want. A place where you can go get a good pie. You fold it. You lift up a big slice, right? You fold it, and you fold it right, and it drips off, and a real pie. And booty cheeks. That's what we want. That's all we want. And my pages. These are your pages. It's 12:53, so I'm not proud. So okay, so the issue 1 of Mass Cybernetics, I didn't sign up for because I'm not gonna have time. I'm not gonna have time to do something for that. I've got to do this Monstrous Inc. piece, and I got that done, and then that kind of sat for a long time. I'm like, oh, I could have done something for Mass Cybernetics, some little thing. I don't know what I would have done. But. So it was like the next one, I'm for sure, like if I'm able to, if there's a sign up, whatever, just say yes and then work it out. And then now I'm like overdue on it. So I'm ashamed. I don't want to hold the thing up. I don't want to be the flaky Jake, but I'm trying to make it very public and very clear to you, Jason, and to Philip, that I am working on it, and I'm trying to do the best. This is the best. This is the best work that I am capable of at this point in my life. When this is finished, this is the best that I am. I believe that I am capable of in this moment in time. And I don't want to shit out. I don't want to just like, you know, oh, screw it, it's done. And I do know that I could be bumped to the next issue, or I could be dropped. I know that it is just that is justified. No, it sounds like BS, but I do know at least that 2 pages are blocked out, so I know in your layout those pages are blocked out, so it's not the pages where you have a lot of small stuff to fit in. I know I'm not holding up that stuff. I know the Kickstarter hasn't started yet, and I do know the files that I'm going to give you, you're just going to drop in, and you're not going to have to do any adjusting to them. So at least there's those things. But I want to in these Ink and Drink projects, not the weekly online jam, but I mean the things that go to print. I want to try to do the best that I'm capable of at this time in my life. And the writer Mark Sherrar, he's just like, I want you to do more comics. And his brother does comics. His brother Paul does comics, and he's did a little writing with him. And he's like, you need to do more. He's like, we did that potato movie story, and you executed the script like perfectly, or you gotta. I want you to do one. So he just wants to write something for me and just make me do more comics. So, and then this came up, and I was like, well, let's do that. Let's do that for this. We can just do it. So that's what this is all about. So this will. So I want to do right by Mark's vision of what he thinks I can do, and he wrote this for me because I could do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just babbling at this point. Okay, but I'm gonna end the stream now, so I'll continue doing it. Saturday, I will not be doing any work on this. Saturday, I'm not going to do any work on this because my buddy Marco. All right, good night, Erwin. Um, my buddy Marco is in town from New York, and we're all gonna have a kind of all day or afternoon into the evening party at my friend Bender's house. So because he's in town, so that's going to be a blast because there's drums there, and that's the only time I play drums these days, when I go to my friend Bender's house, and Marco will be there, and a bunch of old friends there. So yeah, Saturday I will be taking off from this, but yep, hopefully I have a chill day at work tomorrow and I'll get more work done. So, alright guys, thanks everyone who dropped by and stopped by to say hi. And yeah, I should have got more lines laid down and less lines spoken, but I'm a human. So thanks Marcus Georgiou for hanging out. Congratulations on your Kickstarter getting funded. I backed it. I look forward to receiving my split Z, RPAL, said goodnight a while ago. Thanks. Sir Irwin and Papa, the Grand Poobah. Thanks for stopping in. And Jason, hopefully I'll be done with this soon. Would end the stress and I think I'm not real confident with my own work, but I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be a rad addition to the paper, in my ever so humble opinion. Hopefully I don't F it up in this 11th hour. So anyway, good night, guys. Thank you.